One of the simple yet exquisite Korean delicacies I occasionally indulge in is something called Hotteok. It resembles a fried pancake, typically filled with honey and melted sugar. Traditionally, the filling within Hotteok is honey and melted sugar. However, there is one unique location in Korea where Hotteok is not only filled with these sweet ingredients, but also generously packed with a medley of mixed nuts and seeds. This specialty is known as 씨앗 호떡 or seed 호떡. Would you care to accompany me on a visit to the 국제시장, the international market in Busan, Korea? Locating the vendor proved to be somewhat of a challenge. If you are traveling via subway, take Busan Metro Line 1, also known as the Orange Line, disembark at Jagarchi Station and exit through exit 7. Upon exiting, proceed straight for approximately 3 minutes. Then turn left when you spot the Lotteria fast food restaurant. Continue walking straight for another 2 minutes or so, and you should arrive at your destination. If you are opting for a taxi, simply request the driver to take you to 국제시장 or the international market in Nampo-dong, Busan, and then walk northward for roughly 2 minutes. As of April 2025, to the best of my knowledge, there are 3 street vendors in the market offering seed hotteok. All 3 have been featured on Korean television programs, yet only one claims the distinction of being the original. He is, in fact, the individual credited with inventing seed hotteok. The other 2, regrettably, appear to have replicated his concept while asserting their own authenticity. Unfortunately, the original seed hotteok vendor was not operating on the day of my visit. According to the owner, whom I contacted by phone, he takes Fridays off. Consequently, instead of sampling the original, I opted for an alternative, the vendor with the yellow sign. Should you wish to seek out the original vendor, he is reportedly situated between the yellow sign vendor and the red sign vendor. A helpful tip: look for the longest queue. This particular vendor offered 3 menu items: seed hotteok, mozzarella cheese hotteok, and honey hotteok. They asserted with bold red parentheses that the mozzarella cheese was 100% natural. I couldn't help but muse, is there such a thing as mozzarella cheese that isn't entirely natural? What would that be? Half natural and half artificial? And if I am consuming artificial cheese, what exactly am I putting in my mouth? Is it vaccinated against the coronavirus? Anyway, I patiently waited for my turn in line. One commendable aspect of this vendor was that they accepted wire transfers as a form of payment. Their bank account information was displayed prominently on a sign. This practice is relatively common in Korea, where most banks impose no fees on wire transfers for either the sender or the recipient, unlike credit card companies, which do charge vendors a transaction fee. I paid 2,000 Korean won for 1 seed hotteok and 2,500 Korean won for 1 cheese hotteok, both in cash. Ordinarily, I avoid dining at establishments where hygiene might be in question, particularly those lacking access to clean running water, simply because I cannot be certain how frequently or thoroughly their kitchen utensils are sanitized. But in this instance, I made an exception. I observed the vendor preparing hotdogs on the grill, and they looked absolutely delightful. sizzling atop a layer of oil. The heap of mixed nuts appeared especially appetizing, nutty, crunchy, and inviting.
뭐 해주세요?
씨앗 하나하고 치즈 호떡이요.
씨앗 하나 하고.
네. The cheese hotteok was rather satisfying. It was served hot, and the cheese within stretched tantalizingly with each bite. I found it enjoyable and filling. That said, I wasn't entirely sure how well it would be received in Seoul, as its taste and texture deviated significantly from the standard hotteok most people are familiar with. It was tasty, but slightly too oily for my preference. Now, the real highlight was the seed hotteok. The harmonious blend of mixed nuts, melted sugar, and a thin, donut-like crust, crispy on the outside and soft within, delivered a moment of genuine joy with every bite. It was the perfect winter snack, especially in the bitter cold. For a few precious moments, I allowed myself to simply relax and enjoy the experience. It felt almost as if I were in that rooftop beer drinking scene from the iconic film, The Shawshank Redemption. This was precisely why I made the journey. My goal had been accomplished. To my knowledge, this seed hotteok is not available in Seoul, only here in Busan. This is Hongguan. Thank you sincerely for watching. A like would be much appreciated. And if you would consider subscribing to the channel, I will be truly grateful. Until next time, take care and all the best.
And that's how it came to pass, that on the second to last day of the job, the convict crew that tarred the plate factory roof in the spring of '49 wound up sitting in a row at 10 o'clock in the morning, drinking icy cold Bohemia-style beer, courtesy of the hardest screw that ever walked a turn at Shawshank State Prison.
Drink up while it's cold, ladies.
The colossal prick even managed to sound magnanimous. We sat and drank with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men. Hell, we could have been tarring the roof of one of our own houses. We were the lords of all creation. As for Andy, he spent that break hunkered in the shade, a strange little smile on his face, watching us drink his beer.
Hey, want a cold one, Andy?
No, thanks. Gave up drinking.
You could argue he'd done it to curry favor with the guards, or maybe make a few friends among us cons. Me, I think he did it just to feel normal again, if only for a short while.